Hello, everyone. Well, Glenda Mollet here. Welcome to my craft room tonight. It is Monday, September the 19th, 2022. And I'm coming to you from downtown Port Alberni, BC. Quite the introduction, eh? Okay, I'm just going to get this shared over to my VIP group. Then we'll get going on this. There we go. Done. Wonderful. Okay, now oh, good. Hi, Connie. Sometimes the names don't show up. I don't know what the heck that's all about, but I can see Connie. Yay. Hello. All right, gotta get my arms. I've got long sleeves on and I gotta roll them up because they're really long. Hey, Norma, Yvonne, welcome, 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 everyone. Oh, don't start singing or Facebook's gonna think I've got music on here. Okay, it's up, it's running. We've got things happening. People are tuning in. Okay, so tonight is going to be a non-traditional colored Christmas card. Hi, Holly. We're going to be using Fresh Freesia and the Merriest Moments bundle tonight. Now, as you know, I've had this bundle on 10% off all month, and there's still a few days left to get this bundle. Now, let me show it to you. It's not really a bundle. I keep saying that, but it's not a bundle. Okay, I'm just going to flip you because you don't need to see me anymore. There we are. Okay, it's in the mini catalog, and it is on page 23. There it is. So it used to be a bundle. Hi, Sharon. Hey, Valerie. Okay, so this carried over from last year. It hibernated when it wasn't the Christmas catalog. So last year it was bundled. This year it's not. But I'm offering it only in September to everyone. If you buy the stamp set, the dies, and the embossing folder, I will give it to you at the bundle price of $75.60 instead of $84. Woohoo, what a bargain, eh? You like seeing? Oh, Connie, you really got to get out more. I know, I'm bad. Anyways, so the dies and the embossing folder. This is the one that has the hybrid embossing folder. I'm going to show you how to use it tonight. And the dies, you can't buy those separately. They come as a team always. But you can buy the stamp set separate from that. So that's what's the special. So I got a few things to share with you. I'll pop back in for a sec. I had an amazing class on Sunday. We had a private class in Powell River with some wonderful people who I am pleased to say are my friends. And we laughed and we giggled and we had a wonderful time. So, and Miss Valerie was there and she gave me a card. So I want to share it with you. Look at this. Look at this card. Isn't that spectacular? I don't know whether you can catch the bling. Let's see if can you see the shimmer on the starfishes and the sand dollar? Can you look at that? Oh, and designer paper, and she embossed it. Amazing. She even did the inside, and look at that. There's bling on the inside too. And then she got this elfish little impish grin on her face, and she handed me a gift. And knowing Val and her sense of humor, I was kind of leery because I knew that was coming. So she's been busy making these cute little bags that have all these different elements on it. There's a piece of ribbon, there's a die cut. This is a wooden element that she's colored. Valerie does make amazing cards, and she shares them with me all the time. So she made these cute little bags. I'll show you. It's just a little tiny bag from the dollar store. Put some ribbon on it. And then, can you guess what's in it? Do you have any idea what she might have popped in there? Well, you know, it goes ribbit, ribbit, and it jumps. So she found some wooden frogs at the dollar store, and she just felt the great need to share them with me. You're right, frogs, not a frog. A whole bunch of little ribbiting things. Look, aren't they cute? I'm sorry, they're frogs, but they're kind of cute. I like them. So thank you, Valerie. That was so much fun. We had a good laugh at those when I unveiled them. Back in your home. There we go. Now, I don't want to break them. Come on. There's one in here sideways. Of course, it's frog, right? It's being annoying. So thanks, Val. The card and a little gift was really fun. And then, are you ready for the big news? The big announcement? Guess what? Guess what? Look. I did it! I burst through the 40,000 points, and Ted and I are going to Norway. I am so excited. I could not. You're right, Connie. I got the trip. I did. It was Valerie's order. When I went, I told the ladies at the class that I was really close and it would probably happen on Sunday, which was yesterday, which was when the class was. And I didn't tell them how close I was because I didn't want anybody to have to think they needed to put in a really big order just to do it. So I quietly let them put their orders in the way they want. And then when Valerie put her order in, it pushed me over the top. And I was excited, and I announced that I had reached my goal and we were going to Norway, and Valerie won a bundle of her choice for free. Now, what did you choose, Val? I can't remember. It was something with a window in it. Thank you. It's very, very exciting. It's like, I can't believe I did it. And I could not have done it without you guys. Let me tell you, it's my wonderful customers who are all friends of mine, and my team who are all friends of mine. It goes to you guys. It's just, I'm just your ambassador going to Norway. Window Wishes. That's right. Window Wishes. That's the bundle she got for free. Is it in this one, Val? I will show you. Window Wishes on page 36. I ordered it. I just didn't have time. The most fun was the frogs. So that's the bundle that Valerie ordered. Window Wishes. So congratulations, Val. I was excited. The most fun was the frogs. Yeah, I'm sure. Frogs. Okay, enough tittle tattle. Now don't let me forget, I've got 2 weeks worth of draws to do for Share It Saturday. They're all queued up. The wheel is all ready to go. We're going to make this card tonight. And funnily enough, like I have my cards scheduled a couple of weeks in advance for my Facebook Lives. And we were talking about doing a card class of non-traditional Christmas colors and making Christmas cards. And then I came home and realized that I'm doing that tonight. I'm using the Merriest Moments bundle and Fresh Freesia and Old Olive. And it is stunning. What do you think? Do you think would you like that to receive that card? You see it? There's a little, this is recessed in here. So this is popped up. And then open up the inside, and it's got some embossing on the inside as well as the flower. Thank you. You know what I just realized? I didn't get the center. I got to get a little front block. Hang because the inside has the center stamped in it. All right. So by the time tonight is over, you guys will know how to make this card. So the recipe is very simple. Thick basic white, 8.5 by 5.5 for the base, scored and cut and folded in half. Basic white, 5.25 by 4 for the inside, 5.5 by 4.25 for the front, 3 by 5.25 to do all of your little bits and stuff. Add some in color opal rounds, and you're done. That's it. And of course, a little bit of winky wit, because you know, no card is ever done until you add the winky. And there's the envelope. See why I forgot to get that little tiny stamp. Excuse me. Okay. So let's do it. And I'm excited to show you how this Merriest Moments bundle works. Look at this. That's it. 3 pieces of cardstock and a card base. Okay, so the inside. Oh, I've got the hiccups. Hang on, I'll take a drink. Hopefully my hiccups will go away. Okay. Nope. Oops. Okay, 5.25 by 4 for the inside. I'll put that over there. Now the front is 5.5 by 4.25 because the dies and the embossing folder are big. So there's the stamp set. There's the embossing folder. And there's the dies. So open this up. You get this die, which fits inside the embossing folder. So the side that still got the hiccups. Oh no, no, please. The side that has the Stampin' Up label, you put it down. Then you, excuse me, you put the die in here, line it up, move it around, move it around. Oops, maybe I've got it backwards. Nope. Come on. Why is it not going where? There it is. See, you just have to play with it until it gets in there. So it sits down inside a little trough that they've built for it. Then you can put, I'm not going to do it because I'm not cutting this out for this one. Then you put your cardstock in here, close it and run it through, and it embosses and then cuts out this frame, which is this part on there. See, cuts out along here. Now, the other piece to this is this detailed die. This one. This one does not fit in the embossing folder. There's no track for it to go in. So what you have to do, I die cut this first and then put it in the embossing folder and run it through and emboss it, because then you get nice deep embossing. If you emboss first and then die cut, then it kind of flattens the embossing out when you run it through the machine. But there's this piece. This is what cuts the center out. See this? That's the center cut out. You see that? And that is this piece. And this piece does fit inside the embossing folder. Like that. So we're going to put that there. So there's the embossing folder with that in it. You don't need any Post-it note or anything to hold it in place because there's a trough that it sits down in. And then you put this in. So what I do is I put the die in there like that. Then I turn it over because you kind of want to make sure that you have it straight. So just make sure there is a line on there. We can get it lined up. And then I hold it up to make sure that this is relatively straight. And For some reason, it's not. Go down a bit. If you take your time to figure this out and make sure that you've got that centered and straight, then you have a much better image when you've run it through. That's better. Okay, so it's straight and I've got it centered and I'm making sure that this is straight and I've got the die in there. So it's going to emboss all of this and it's going to cut that center out. Except that I didn't get the right plate. So I'll show you the sandwich for it. You need plate number 1. Then you put your embossing folder in, and I'm going to run it through this way. This is the hinge. And plate number 1, embossing folder, die, and paper. And then this is plate number 4. That goes on top. This is the specialty embossing plate that you need for the 3D embossing folders that are a little bit thicker. Now, this plate will, oops, sorry, that was an avalanche. This plate will not fit your Cuttlebug if you have a Cuttlebug. It will not fit because it's too wide. The Cuttlebug is narrower. So you have a couple of choices. If you have somebody that's handy, they can shave off a little bit for you, or use your regular cutting plates, the clear one, and then add a couple of shims of cardstock or what's that stuff called? The cardboard that comes in the back of the glimmer papers and stuff, chipboard, until you get it the right height that it works for you. Okay, so then when you put it through, let me just get things organized here so that I can do the magic reveal. Are you ready for this? I'm just looking because that's what I thought. I'm not seeing the comments carry on. Okay, here we go. The great reveal. I'm opening it up. So there it is. There's the embossing. Can you see the embossing and how gorgeous that is? I love it. And then if you take this off, the center comes out. Now you've die cut and embossed at the same time. And you've got this little piece with stitching on it that I'm going to put the stamping on. Okay. So there's that. Now we're going to do some bits. I'm going to stamp some bits. I have fresh Freesia, and the stamp set has 2 flowers. There's a big one and a little one, and I'm going to stamp one of each for the front. So we'll get this inked up. And that's the big one. And this is the little one. Like that. And then I'm going to run a row of the big one on the envelope and put one little one in the corner. It just, yeah, how pretty is that, Wendy? I know, right? Okay, I need the inside piece. Where did you go? There we are. Oh, before I stamp, let's do the embossing. I want to emboss. I ran a little bit of embossing down the side on the inside because I thought, why not? Okay, where'd I put the embossing folder? I just had it. Okay, so I'm going to line this up right along the edge there, like that. Kind of center it, like that. And I'll run that through the machine. Now you can run it through your machine sideways like this. You won't hurt it, but don't run it through this way with your, See the hinges on this side? Don't run it through the non-hinge side first, because if you don't get it exactly even, it could pop your hinge. Yes, ask me how I know that. There was a class at one point, and the hinge popped. And I had to put it together with packing tape. It worked really well. So if you ever do that, just get packing tape. But I'd prefer not to do that. So there, that gives that. Now, where's my envelope? Did I do the back of this? I didn't. But you know what? I'm going to do the back of the envelope. I'm going to add, oh, I can't. Maybe I can just a little bit. I don't want this to show that. So I'm going to line this up so that that's not there. And I'll run that through the machine. We'll emboss the envelope too. Because why not? Might as well make the envelope pretty while we're at it, right? Oh, do you? I did. I got a line too, Wendy, but you know what? I don't care because it's so pretty. You can see, let's see, get the line. See if I can get it in there. It's there it is. Can you see the line? It's there. Doesn't matter. I did the envelope. Yay. Okay. Now we're going to stamp. Now we're going to stamp one of those small flowers on the inside in the corner here. Like that. Oh, we might as well do the center. This is where I need that little tiny polka dotty center. There. So there's the inside. Now that over there, get big. I'm going to run a row of big ones up the side of the envelope. Now you can do the little ones. You don't have to do the big ones. But I like to use all of the stamps in the set. There we are. And we'll run the center dots. One there. There we go. Thanks, Yvonne. I love doing that. Every once in a while, I remember that that's what I should do. Okay, so that's all the purple coloring. This is done. I'm not going to add any of the green to it. I'm going to add a couple of sprigs on the inside. So let's get the old olive now and my bits piece. And I need 1, 2, 3 of these feathery ones. One, two, 3 feathery ones. Nope, that's not going to fit there. Might not have enough cardstock. Oh well. We'll fake it. Because I don't really need the whole thing. No, I need a little bit more. Because I have to do the other ones. Let me get some weight. So, if you do this at home, just have extra white hanging around because apparently I didn't get enough. We'll just... There we go. All right. Now, I need 2 of these. I like this one. I like the shape of that one. That one makes my heart happy. So there, you need a big one, a little one, 3 ferny ones, and 2 of those ones. And we're going to die cut those out. But meanwhile, on the inside, back at the ranch, I'm going to put the ferny one. So what is the funnest place you've ever found one of those? Oh, look what I did. Holy Hannah. Really? You think I hadn't stamped before in my life? Okay, we'll be doing that again. Oh, it's a good thing I've got lots of cardstock. Where is the funnest place you've ever found one of those things off of a dimensional? You know, the backing off a dimensional? These little doohickeys? See those? These. Where have you, the funnest place you've ever found one of those? Well, I embossed another piece of cardstock because, yep, screwed that up. It's a good thing I still got my machine hanging out here. Down your bra in your bed. Yep. I hear you. In the fridge. I found it in the fridge. How the heck does it get in the fridge? That would befuddled me. Uh-oh. It moved. I can't do that. I shouldn't be stamping today. Apparently, I should have stayed asleep in my snoozy chair, hanging on the end of your hair, the fridge, down the bra. Yeah. Those things, they go everywhere. Okay. I got to do this again now. It's crooked. I got to straighten it out a bit. So, Miss Janet, it is Janet's birthday today. Happy birthday, Janet. That's awesome. Janet had an adventure with her daughter today. There we go. Run this through the machine. On Vancouver Island. Thanks, Janet. On Vancouver Island, we have this Malahat Skywalk. So it's down on the southern end of the island, and it's a big circular thing that you walk up, and you have an amazing view out over the water and Vancouver Island, and that's where Janet was today, on the Malahat Skywalk. I am jealous, Janet, because that's on my bucket list. I want to do that. Oh, I will. I will get it done. Janet had an amazing time on there, and I'm so glad that she was able to go and do that. Okay, we're back to where I was before. I'm jealous too, Val. I will get there one day. See, my sister doesn't live down in Victoria anymore, or we would have been there already, but I can't find a reason to go to Victoria anymore. It's too far. Well, it's not too far. It's only 3 hours, but takes time out of my day that I don't want to. There we go. So there's the inside. We got all of our bits done, got the inside, and now we got to do the sentiment. The sentiment goes on that piece that we cut out from the middle that is somewhere in here in this pile of stuff. Let's get rid of that. So there's the middle. I keep telling my hubby that we have to go do that, so I guess we're just going to have to get in the car one day and go. So I'm going to stamp this in Old Olive. Now let's get that straight so that it actually stamps straight, just like that. There we go. Stamping is done. Yeah, so look up Malahat Skywalk, Malahat, and you will find where Janet spent her day today, because she is the birthday girl. Birthday girl. I'd sing happy birthday, but I'm sure that Facebook would stop my video dead if I started singing. So I won't sing, but consider the happy birthday song sung for you, Janet. Janet. Okay. That's going on there like that. And then this one this one. Yeah, so I had an amazing weekend. What did you guys do this weekend? Janet wasn't on the weekend. She had her adventure today. So the weather was gorgeous here. It was just like summer. Did you do anything exciting? Did you go anywhere? Do anything? Some of you were crafting because I saw you were posting your cards under the Share It Saturday post. And I haven't had a chance to go and comment on them yet, but I have looked at them. They are beautiful cards. All right, one more. Here's that die for that one. There it is. Oh, Norma, no. Does that mean the summer for your trailer is over? Oh, that's always the not fun part of camping, is having to pack it up and admit that it's the end of summer. Okay. I had to pick my plate up because it fell on the ground. And Wendy said Oktoberfest. Ooh, that sounds fun. Sadly, oh, I'm sorry. You should come camping with us for Thanksgiving. We've got 10 days, 7 days booked at Salmon Point again this year for Thanksgiving. And we were talking food the other day. And I suggested that we have just ham without the turkey. And I was very gently put in my place by my daughter-in-law, who said that turkey will be happening for Thanksgiving. Oh, fine. I cook the turkey because for some reason the oven in my trailer is huge, and I can get an entire 20-pound turkey in my trailer camper, or my trailer oven. Sadly, it's right. So I will be cooking turkey and stuffing. Oh, that reminds me. It's going to get hold of the dude in town here and get an organic turkey. Somebody somebody has them for sale again this year. Oh, that sucks, Norma. Norma does not have a vehicle to tow her trailer. You must have somebody that tows it back and forth, or do you leave it there all year? You leave the trailer there, or do you have somebody that will move it and store it for you? Because I don't imagine it fits in your driveway. Okay, I've got one more of these to die cut, and then I can stop rattling on. There we go. This out. Oh, nice. That's much better than leaving it down there. Ted was talking to our neighbor today. We've lived in this house 16 years. I think it's 16 years. This May. We're going on 16 years. So it's 15 years last May. And we've never had any... Hello, Nancy. We've never had any problems with theft, vandalism, anything like that. Ted was talking to our neighbor this afternoon, only to discover that they had their shed broken into. I have to make a note because I forgot to do something. Yeah, so they had their shed broken into, and he's right across the road from us. Apparently, he's been seeing people scoping out, going up and down the alley at the back of his place. And I don't know what they took, but can you imagine these stupid people? You work hard for your stuff and you end up having it vandalized or stolen by somebody who decides that they need it more than you do. So I guess it's time to make sure we take everything out of our boat that's stored out there. I don't want a dog, Val. No. We have a security camera. And it lets us know when things are happening in our driveway. So at least we'll have evidence, and it videos, so we should be able to see what's going on. Yeah. I think it sucks that people can't respect other people's stuff. Yeah, I'm just getting my dimensionals all the way around here, because you have to put them all the way around to make sure you don't collapse. And then I run my fingers over it just to make sure there's no pushy downy things, and are too lazy to work for it. That's right. Okay, so this is going to go on the front like this. Now it's the same size as the card front, so it will line up right at the very edges. Oh, and then this afternoon we had another adventure. Not only did I get to... So Saturday I decided I'm going over to Powell early because our class over there started at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I have to take a ferry. And the only way to get over there for 10 o'clock in the morning, if you go the same day, is to get a ferry that leaves at 6 o'clock in the morning, before normal people should be wide awake. So to do that, that means I would have to leave my house at 4 o'clock. There is no way I'm doing that. So I decided to go over the day ahead. Oh, Nancy, it's ugly. So I left. We had now this is going to go on the card front. This, I just want to make sure which way I want that way up. So that's the top. So Saturday was our toy run. There was 960 some motorcycles in the toy run. So they start outside of town and they ride into town. So in order to avoid all of that, because they shut the roads down, I had to leave at 11 o'clock in the morning. So then I went to Costco and I was early for the ferry. That is too early. I agree with you. I was early for the ferry, so I thought, well, I'm just going to follow. I've always wondered where this one road goes that's out there. Never had time to explore it before. And I thought, well, I'm going to figure out where this road goes. I found the most amazing spot to just sit by the water, and peaceful and quiet. And then all of a sudden, two ladies show up and they said to me, there's orcas out there. There was two male orcas going up the pass there where I was sitting. And it was so quiet that when they came up for a breath, I could hear them blowing. It was magical. So I'm putting this on flat in here. So this is all raised and I'm putting it flat in there. So I've just got adhesive and I'm going to fit this back inside the hole where it was cut out of. So I got to sit there and watch these orcas going up the channel while I was waiting for the ferry. Then I went and got the ferry. And while I was on the ferry, there was a couple of humpback whales were playing in the pass. So not only did I get to see orcas, and they were swimming and blowing and having fun. But I also got to see humpback whales on the same trip. How lucky is that? It was magical. It was magical, Nancy. Okay, so I put a little bit of Tombow on that, and I'm going to put these two together. And I like Tombow because if I don't get it in the right place when I put it together, then I can move it a little bit, get it all lined up properly. There we are. Okay, so that's that. Now, my front. it was a perfect day. And then I get on the ferry and I'm sitting there and some lady and her hubby comes in and they're saying, "Man, there's going to be a lot of really upset people." And I said, "What's going on?" She said, "Well, they've canceled the next ferry. So the only way to get to Powell River is by ferry. There's two of them in two different spots, but you can't." Oh, I stamped the wrong one. This should have been the little one. Uh-oh. Oh, well. I'll just cut this. So you can't get there off the mainland. You have to take a ferry. And they canceled the last ferry of the night. So Saturday is a popular day for people to go and shop because there's not a lot of shopping in Powell River, right, Val? So all of these people that had been away for the weekend or the day shopping and then thinking they're going to come back on the 7:00 ferry were disappointed because they canceled the 7:00 ferry. I'm just cutting these down because apparently I should have used the little one, but I wasn't paying attention. So there's two frondy things. I used this one and I should have used that one, but that's all right. This will work. So there you go. Disappointed people, ferry not running. But I was on the ferry, so that was good. If I had have not taken that 3:00 ferry, I would have had to get up at some god-awful time of the morning to get there in time for the class. Now I walk over and my friend Maria picks me up. So I didn't have to worry about getting my car on there. But that saves me $100 when I walk over. There we go. That's going to go there. But before I put it on there, let's put some Winky on it. So, and then I got up the next morning and we got to get together and play and laugh and stamp. And it was an all day thing. I took the Sweet Candy Cane Mega Stamp Camp over there. So we stamped all day. We had a potluck lunch and we got to visit and laugh. It was an amazing time. And I was so excited that I got the trip while I was with those wonderful ladies. Okay, so, oops, see, there's the label. I knew that was coming off. I'm going to put some Tombow on here, like that. And then we'll put this here on top of the greenery, and I'll just hold it. Gabriola Ferry did a year turn because they forgot to... No way! They forgot to load the foot passengers. How the heck? Oh, I'm sorry. How the heck do you forget to load foot passengers on a ferry? Oh, God. Sorry. I shouldn't laugh like that, but that's just stupid. BC Ferries has some real issues right now with their staffing because they're not treating their employees the way they should, and they're treating them all like they're casual employees. I don't know what that is. Let me see if I can get rid of that. They're treating them all like casual employees. You're not giving them full-time work. So one day you might work, say, in Port Hardy on the ferry for a shift, like a set of 4 shifts. And then you could be working in Victoria the next shift. So one is at the bottom of Vancouver Island and the other one is at the top. Now we're talking 3 from here, another 3 there, 6, 8, about 8 hours away from each other. And they're making people that have got tickets and stuff. They're it riles my blood. Gets my blood boiling. All right, so now we're going to add some in color opal rounds. I added some green ones and the purple ones. We're going to put a big one right in the middle because I like that. And then I'm going to add a big green one there. We'll put a little purple one there. And we'll put a little green one here. And a little purple one there. Oh, such a pretty laugh. Oh my God. That is absolutely hilarious. I feel so sorry for those people. Like, how do you forget to load? So the foot passengers are down right on the ramp where they load the ferry. How do they do that? I don't get it. It's bizarre. I'm done. My card is done. There we go. What do you think? You like those colors for Christmas cards? I think it's a stunning one. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So there's the outside and there's the inside with that little bit of embossing. And then I embossed the back of the envelope as well, just because I can. Okay, now I'm going to get myself organized here. I got to do those draws. I have 2 of them because I didn't do one last week when I got home from camping. Oh, good, Yvonne. I'd love to see it. Make sure you post it under the Share It Saturday. Then thanks, Holly. Share it Saturday because then you will have, you'll get your name in the draw for that too. Okay, so I'm going to open up the wheel. The first wheel, let me get my phone down from here and take it. Oops, I got to unplug it. Hang on. It's plugged in. Okay, now, hang on. I'll just show you my card for a sec while I do this. Get this up. Okay, here's the first wheel. This is for the September 3rd. So let's delete the title. Ooh, let's get over there. I'm deleting the title and bringing that up. And then we'll shuffle and then we'll shuffle again and go. So the winner of September the 10th, I lost my list. Uh-oh. Where did my list go? Oh, there it is. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Yay, Wendy. So Wendy is the winner of the Share It Saturday for September the 3rd. Now we got the 10th to go. So here's the one for the 10th. Not as many people entered the 10th, but they're all gorgeous cards. Shuffle, shuffle, go. And the winner of September the 10th Share It Saturday is Janet. Happy birthday, Janet. Congratulations. You won the draw tonight. Okay, go back over here. Go do this. I'll put this back up here. So there's the card, and we've done the draws. Yes, congratulations to Wendy and Janet, and happy birthday to Janet again. I'm glad you won on your birthday. That's exciting. And once again, thank you so much for your support of me getting, I shouldn't say it like that. Thank you for your support. Without your support, Norway would not have happened for me. And I do appreciate it. So the special is over. So, I had that special going on where everybody who put an order in got a kit to make the card, and $70 order got you a free embellishment. And then your order is over $100. I also included a special gift. So that's all done now because I've reached 40,000. But I do have this draw to do. Now I haven't had time to get the names of everybody who put a draw in or an order in since the 1st of September. All of those names are going to go on the wheel, the wheel that I just did. And somebody is going to win. What have I got in here? I have the Perfect Pomegranate stamp set up here. I'll show you. Okay. The Perfect Pomegranate stamp set. Silver and gold 6x6 paper. A pierce mat. Very good to use when you have photopolymer stamps. Now, I don't need to use it because I have a mat underneath my grid paper, but this is excellent for that. And amazing phrasing stamp set. So somebody is going to win all that. Plus, I'm going to stick a surprise embellishment in there as well. So I'll do that. I'll do that on Thursday when I'm back stamping with you, because that'll give me time to get all the names on there. All right. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back here 8 o'clock Pacific time on Thursday. Good night, Yvonne. And congratulations to all of my winners. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you all so much. Okay, I'm not getting teary anymore. But I'm going to Norway. Whoa! Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you Thursday night. Stampin'